Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. You may be surprised to see that this is not, in fact, a rank 10 video. Instead, I wanted to give some attention to the topic of a card that was banned almost 10 years ago now, that being this ugly son of a duck. Thousand Eyes Restrict is one of the few cards hit due to their overwhelming power back in GOAT format, along with Metamorphosis. And while I do feel that Metamorphosis has no place getting off the ban list, I was surprised at the sheer amount of people that say Restrict should also stay on the ban list. Just in case somebody is not aware of this monster's effect, it can target and equip one monster your opponent controls to itself, gaining its attack, and also it prevents all other monsters from attacking or changing their battle positions. This card was especially brutal during the aforementioned GOAT format, since you could use Metamorphosis to turn SCAPEGOAT tokens into Thousand Eyes, and means of disposal of a monster like this were not exactly plentiful back then. And to be honest, nobody sane actually bothered summoning it by using Polymerization along with Relinquished and Thousand Eyes Idol, cause that's what I call inconsistency. So, it's been almost 10 years since this card was locked up, and some people that feel it should stay that way primarily use Instant Fusion as an argument. To which I say, what drugs are you on and can I have some? To counteract this asinine argument, I've developed a list of reasons why Instant Fusion wouldn't make Thousand Eyes relevant in the slightest. Number 1. It targets. Right now we're in a developing meta where targeting removal is less and less acceptable, with cards such as Bank Destroyer, Super Dante, and an entire archetype of fluffy animals farting sparkle tornadoes being completely immune to targeting. Sure, you could be dueling against some rogue deck like Blackwings or, I don't know, Ice Barriers, but those also have a good chance to pour whatever's in Forbidden Chalice all over Thousand Eyes' eyes, I guess. And to people saying, oh, it doesn't say target on the card, so it doesn't target blah blah blah. First of all, this is a card which last reprint was 5 centuries ago and its text hasn't been updated, plus the rulings actually state it targets, and second, what the fuck is wrong with your voice? Anyway, the second ugly detail, absolutely no monsters can perform an attack that turn. Not a single one. So why is that when Restrict doesn't prevent itself from attacking? Because Instant Fusion does! Yay! Precisely, when you use Instant Fusion on this card and not get interrupted, your battle phase for that turn is completely gone. There will be less dueling done than in an average episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! DM. There's really not much else to say here other than the hilarious fact that it's a true shame you won't get to use all those attack points you stole. The third reason might be a bit cheating since this goes for a lot of cards, but it's still very relevant. It's so easy to interrupt it's not even funny. Compulse, Breakthrough, Fiendish, Skill Drain, Veiler, Solemn, Online Solemn, fucking Book of Moon. Every single interrupt staple ever stops this card. What you're left with if its effect gets negated is 1000 life points paid for Instant Fusion, a sad 0 attack monster with no effect, and an infuriating cockblock. Which leads me to the fourth and final reason, it dies during the end phase. While that is also the way it takes out the opponent's monster it stole, you've now gone into a minus as well. To recap, you paid 1000 life points for Instant Fusion, summoned Restrict, targeted and then equipped a monster with it, didn't do any battle, and waited until the end phase for the monster to die. And this is, for some reason, why people consider Thousand Eyes to be, quote, easy and powerful non-destruction removal at the cost of 1000 life points, and that is why it should stay banned, unquote. Alright, so let's take a look at a fun little obscure monster, not sure if you ever heard of this one, Elder Entity NORDEN maybe. It's summonable with Instant Fusion and can bring back a level 4 monster from the graveyard, allowing you to overlay into a monster called number 101 Silent Honor Arc. This one has 2100 attack, it can steal an opponent's monster and equip it as an Xyz material, doesn't prevent anyone from attacking, and needs to be killed twice to die. Similar fun options for a rank 4 overlay with this weird little monster the Thousand Eyes PTSD sufferers have never heard of include Castel the Skyblaster Musketeer, which can spin a monster back into the deck, Utopia that turns into Utopia the Lightning, which can boost its attack to 5000 in one battle, and look at all these other silly examples you can make as well. Alright, but seriously now, the most Thousand Eyes Restrict would ever do is give a boost to relinquished decks, as if those even exist anymore. I cannot for the love of me think of a good reason why a deck that mains Instant Fusion would ever waste extra deck space to run this, when Norden is very much a card that's still unlimited, and even if it wasn't, this would still be just a stupid way of dealing with a problematic monster that would do you more harm than good. Claiming this has as much potency as 101 or Castel is like saying that fucking Mask of Remnants is a good replacement for Snatch Steel. which admittedly gives me a good idea for our next video, top 10 worst equipped cards. Might as well do that soon. This has been Ranked 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! Telling Konami to 3000 eyes as he is harmless. See you next time, and do remember to subscribe.